The conversation begins on a calm note. There's a reflection on acting, on how stepping into a character often begins with something simple: style, personality, and understanding who that character truly is. The speaker mentions that getting into a role often starts with visual identity and emotional connection. It's about discovering who the character really is, but the calm tone quickly shifts as a far more dramatic story begins to unfold in Hollywood. What started as a disagreement has now turned into a serious legal situation. A court has officially ordered Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni to stop making defamatory statements about one another. This is no ordinary celebrity feud. It has escalated to a level where legal authorities felt forced to step in. According to court filings, the tension between the two actors had grown so intense that a judge determined intervention was necessary. Reports suggest the conflict had been building quietly behind the scenes for quite some time. Sources close to the situation claim that Lively has been extremely frustrated by the entire ordeal. Though the full details of the dispute remain unclear, the court order itself is not random. Legal experts say such action typically reflects serious accusations and a growing concern that public comments could harm reputations. While neither side has publicly addressed the situation in detail, insiders say the legal restriction was put in place specifically to prevent further damaging statements from either party. When a court gets involved in a dispute between celebrities, it usually signals that the situation has gone far beyond typical industry drama. What actually triggered the conflict remains uncertain, and that uncertainty has fueled widespread speculation. Some sources suggest the issue may be connected to professional disagreements. Others believe the conflict may have deeper, more personal roots. Fans have been stunned by the situation. Both Lively and Baldoni have built reputations as respected and professional figures in the industry. Neither typically appears in the headlines for controversies like this, which makes the entire situation even more surprising. Now the biggest question everyone is asking is simple: what happens next? Will the two eventually resolve the conflict privately? Or will more details begin to emerge in public? One thing is clear: the story is far from over. With both parties now legally restricted from publicly criticizing one another, the silence itself may become one of the most revealing parts of the entire saga. The conflict has also created uncertainty around future professional collaborations. Industry insiders suggest that any potential projects involving both actors are now completely off the table. The tension has simply grown too intense. At the same time, public opinion is becoming another powerful factor. Both celebrities maintain extremely loyal fan bases, and social media has exploded with debates. Supporters from both sides continue to analyze every detail, searching for clues about what might really be happening behind closed doors. Legal analysts point out that injunctions like this are not common, though they do happen in high-profile disputes when reputations and careers are at risk. Such orders often suggest that the accusations involved are serious enough to require immediate control, but just when the story seemed dramatic enough, an entirely new layer of controversy began to emerge. Rumors started circulating that Ryan Reynolds, along with Marvel Studios, might somehow be connected to the unfolding situation through confidential information related to Deadpool. At first, the idea sounded almost unbelievable. How could a major Hollywood franchise possibly become entangled in a personal dispute between actors? Yet the rumors gained enough traction that Marvel's legal department reportedly began examining internal documents. The concern was that someone might have accessed sensitive information connected to the Deadpool franchise. Some reports suggested that confidential story details, such as plot twists, surprise appearances, or early script concepts, could potentially have been leaked or referenced in a way that shifted media attention away from the feud itself. If that had happened, it could redirect headlines from personal drama toward excitement about a blockbuster film franchise. Considering Reynolds' central role in the Deadpool series, some observers believed it was at least theoretically possible that someone close to him might have been aware of certain franchise details. Then the situation took an even more dramatic turn. Marvel reportedly filed a lawsuit connected to the misuse of proprietary information related to one of its flagship properties. While the legal complaint did not directly name Lively, many insiders speculated that she could be the person at the center of the allegations. The lawsuit suggested that someone close to the franchise might have deliberately used confidential information or threatened to reveal it in order to shift public attention away from personal controversies. If true, it would represent an extraordinary breach of trust. Marvel is known for maintaining extremely strict secrecy around its film projects. Scripts are often heavily protected, and even actors are sometimes given limited access to story details. Because of that, the possibility that sensitive information might have been used strategically created shockwaves across the industry. The potential consequences are enormous. If the allegations were proven true, it could affect not only Lively's reputation, but also the carefully guarded secrets of one of the biggest film franchises in the world. Lively's team quickly pushed back against the accusations. Representatives denied the claims and insisted that she never had access to any confidential Deadpool information, making the idea of leaks impossible. However, previously released messages connected to her conflict with Baldoni continued fueling speculation about whether narratives may have been strategically shaped during the dispute. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds, who is typically very active and humorous on social media, suddenly became unusually quiet. That silence quickly sparked new waves of speculation. Was he quietly working behind the scenes to resolve the situation? Or was he caught in an extremely difficult position between supporting his wife and protecting his professional relationship with Marvel? Publicly defending Blake could risk damaging his relationship with the studio responsible for the Deadpool franchise. But distancing himself from her could create serious personal consequences. Caught in the middle of the controversy, Justin Baldoni continued focusing on his own film project. Although he had released text messages related to the dispute earlier, he avoided discussing Marvel's involvement in detail and instead emphasized his commitment to finishing his work. For Marvel, the legal stakes are also significant. The company invests enormous resources into protecting its intellectual property. Any breach could potentially lead to financial losses and serious contractual disputes. If the case moves forward, legal proceedings could involve depositions and the review of private communications, including text messages, emails, and call records. Such evidence could either strengthen Marvel's case or completely undermine it. For Ryan Reynolds, the potential consequences could be career-defining. Deadpool has become one of his most iconic roles, turning him into a global superstar. If tensions between Marvel and those close to him escalate, questions could arise about the future of the franchise itself. Some fans believe the situation will ultimately be resolved quietly. Others worry it could mark a turning point for the Deadpool series. The public reaction has been sharply divided. Many supporters struggle to believe that Blake Lively would intentionally risk harming her husband's career. Others believe the released messages suggest she was willing to shape narratives aggressively during the dispute. The situation grew even more complicated when reports surfaced that Lively's lawyer had stepped away from the case due to disagreements over legal strategy. Meanwhile, Marvel remained firm in its stance, emphasizing the importance of protecting its intellectual property and the secrecy that surrounds its productions. Years of strict security protocols, from encrypted scripts to tightly controlled filming environments, exist precisely to prevent information leaks. If someone close to the franchise managed to bypass those protections, it would represent a major internal crisis. Eventually, Reynolds released a brief statement expressing respect for Marvel and hoping the situation would be resolved fairly. Notably, he avoided taking a clear public stance on the allegations. His carefully neutral tone suggested he was attempting to balance both personal loyalty and professional responsibility. Industry observers say the stakes could not be higher. If Marvel ultimately proves its case, Lively's career could face significant setbacks as studios distance themselves from potential controversy. But if the accusations collapse due to lack of evidence, her reputation may recover, though the controversy itself could continue to follow her for years. For many in Hollywood, the entire saga has become a powerful reminder of how quickly personal conflicts can spiral into massive public crises. One moment, an actor may be celebrated on red carpets and admired by fans worldwide. The next, they may find themselves locked in a legal confrontation with one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world. What happens next remains uncertain. The situation could end quietly through a confidential settlement, leaving many details permanently hidden from public view. Or the dispute could move forward in court, where private communications and internal evidence might finally reveal what truly happened behind the scenes. Either way, the story highlights a crucial reality of modern Hollywood. In a cinematic universe built on secrecy and billion-dollar franchises, protecting confidential information is treated as sacred, and crossing that line, even accidentally, can unleash consequences powerful enough to shake the careers of even the biggest stars. As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the drama surrounding Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and the ripple effects involving Ryan Reynolds and Marvel Studios are far from over. Whether the truth eventually surfaces in a courtroom or the situation quietly fades behind closed doors, the outcome could reshape reputations, careers, and even the future of the Deadpool franchise. For now, fans and industry insiders alike are left watching closely, waiting to see which side of the story will ultimately prevail. But what do you think? Is this just another Hollywood controversy blown out of proportion, or is there more happening behind the scenes than we know? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more updates on the biggest celebrity controversies and Hollywood drama, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.